Yo, y'all know what it is. What's going on with you? It's what?
M3GA Time.
And we here today just to display a crazy lifestyle that we live and, some other things. So what's going on with you? How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Let me tell you about this situation at the gym I had. I got a little situation.
Am I prepared for this?
I don't know.
Or do I have to prepare for this?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretty
Run
easy.
it. Run it.
So, I've been going hard at the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been having a little bit of body dysmorphia lately. And I was looking in the mirror yesterday. Mirror. And, yesterday, right? And I was looking at it. I was like, man, what am I seeing? You go through these little phases of like, I don't see what I want to see yet, right? Mind you, it's only been like a few weeks, right? But that I've been like consistently back and eating the right way and all that good stuff. But it's like, at what point do I say, fuck that mirror? You're toning up. Your ass is fat. Fuck these mirrors.
I'll be real with you.
You go through that? With your big ass self?
No. I'm a believer in the mirror before the scale. And I told you this.
But mirrors are fucking deceiving. You got
No.
mirrors.
The scale is too. Because guess what? When those numbers, which one are you going to trust more? Are you going to trust that number on that scale every time to make you feel good, or the way you look in your clothes when you walk through that mirror?
Yeah.
The mirror to me is the best way to actually see what results you've actually made. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I've told a client like, yo, don't step on the scale. You know.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck off the scale. Stay off of the scale. Now my question becomes is, how does your clothes fit in you? Oh, I love them. You know what I mean? Then they'll be like, yo, then I'll ask them like, yo, like, how do you feel when you walk past the mirror? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can actually see it, right? But, and that may be, right? But, like, how do those jeans fit? How does that dress fit? How does that shirt fit? Can you see your cheeks coming down, your neck, whatever it may be? Because a lot of people hold weight in their face. That's why I'm bringing these areas up. Your hips, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? If your feet swollen, you feel what I'm saying? Like whatever it may be from too much sodium. I'm just saying, I'm throwing these things out of there. At the end of the day, the scale is very discouraging for a lot of people. I even stopped having people do in-bodies because of it. Some people can't deal with the number situation. Majority of people can. So,
them numbers don't bother me. What's bothering me is the damn mirror. Well, actually, what's bothering me is these damn cameras making me look like I'm fucking...
Oh, hold on.
Oh, sorry, guys. We got a call on the podcast. Who we have?
It's my kid's mother.
So, let's
not gonna answer
skip
that right
over
now.
that one.
Not gonna answer. No, we're not, actually.
Basically...
This is live. This is us. Remember I told you, when it's me and you, just gonna let life.
All right.
Yeah. If it was my kid, I would have picked up, though. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway,
I got time limits on my phone. You can't call up past a certain time. My son is at home sleeping just fine.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, but if you noticed that my kids were going crazy before I got off the phone with them, so
Yeah,
that might be what that is. But she can
it
handle it. She's a champion.
She's a big girl. Yeah.
Anyway, but back to what we were saying.
The mirror is what's pissing me off, and the scale doesn't piss me off because I know that I'm strong, right? I'm a strong person, so I'm never gonna be a 120 pounds, which I don't even want to be. But what I'm saying is, when I see myself in certain mirrors, I'm like, okay, cool, pump here, pump there, boom, everything's growing in the right direction, right? Which it is. Everything's going in the right direction. What makes me a little self-conscious is when I see myself on Instagram bigger than what I am on this podcast. So that plays a trick on my mind. And then I go into the gym and I'm like, what, do I look like that? And it's like, I know I don't. I know the camera adds pounds when you're shooting shows and shit like that. So that's cool or whatever. I come at peace with that. But I will not lie and say that this week has not been a little body dysmorphia-ness to it.
Check it out. I had a friend. Actually, you know this person. He was about 400 pounds at one point in time in his life. He actually weighs less than me now. And he's always kind of struggled with weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To stand in the gym and whatnot. But even now, to this day, he still has body dysmorphia.
Yeah, you always see yourself as a big person.
It's just never going to change. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have that. I didn't really know much about I really didn't learn much about or care too much to talk about it, about body dysmorphia until about, I want to say maybe a 2 and a half, 2 years ago. Because it never resonated to me that like, yo, this is something that truly affects people. I thought it was just people always down on themselves. But, you know, when you look across in that mirror, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, who knows who a person is seeing?
Yeah.
They could be seeing that 5-year-old kid.
That's exactly what it is. And
You know
that's what we're going to be talking about today's episode.
So let's get it.
Mental health, a little bit of Kanye because he's coming out with another album and I want to talk about my man.
Jeez, man.
And whatever else we come up with.
Sexual issues out there that people were dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Stay tuned.
It's going to get crazy. So we'll talk to you in a minute.
This shit is bigger than me. Give me my flowers while I can still breathe. I'm smelling the glory, I tasted defeat. Nothing feels better than chasing your dreams. Yeah. This shit is bigger than me. Give me my flowers while I can still breathe. I'm smelling the glory, I tasted defeat. Nothing feels better than chasing your dreams. Yeah. Given my history, nothing compared to me, nothing come next to me. No, no. Claiming my victories, can't let you win with me unless you sit with us. Yeah. Given my history, nothing compared to me, nothing come next to me. No, no. Claiming my victories, can't let you win with me unless you sit with us.
Yeah, king at a table, shit on a label, just like my.
Hey yo,
that's the word. Hey yo, the hell
that's
is
my
that?
new intro. Hello.
Hello.
All right, man. Kanye, Vultures 2. What's going on?
I really, honestly, I don't know because I feel like he's about to put this shit on delay.
He is.
I'm tired of that shit. Now he's talking about he wants to put it on like Yeezy website and whatever the case may be.
Everything's $20 on the Yeezy website. I got 3 items on that shit. That still hasn't got here. I ordered that shit like 3 months ago.
Damn, dog. See, I can't do nothing like that, bro. He's trying to delay everything. Like,
I know.
And I mess with Kanye for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, as an artist and as a producer. But dog, like,
that's my man, and I'm gonna stick by him.
Cut the shit.
I'm gonna stick by my man. I don't care.
Hey, do what you got to do. But when I want to hear music, put the shit out, dog.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you know music. You know there's politics behind that shit. You know there's certain things that don't allow him to do certain things.
Kanye's running his own ship.
Nah.
What label is he on? Tell me what label he's on.
Well, the reason, it's not about the labels, it's about the platforms.
At the end of the day, that's just another way for Kanye to be Kanye.
There's platforms, though. You know.
I know that. I get that. But at the same time, if I can go on and release some music right now, he can too.
Yeah. I think you can't compare yourself to Kanye.
Shit, I can do whatever I want.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No offense, but...
No, I can, because if we're talking about releasing music, I can.
So you're saying... You're comparing yourself, your music, not saying that your music is not at the same level, because your music is great. You know that. I'm not never downing your music.
Got you.
Okay? But you're talking about my man here, and I'm telling you right now, like, Apple will call Kanye on the phone. Apple's not calling you right now, friend.
No. But the problem is, he don't have to go through that situation. He can literally go on there right now and drop music.
He can literally buy Apple if he wanted to.
That's what I'm saying.
But
so
he
that's
doesn't do it because he knows that there's other.
He's bigger than fucking Apple Music, bro. He's bigger than fucking Spotify.
But
he's bigger than fucking Pandora. He's big. He can. We could probably go right now and go look on what's the other shit? SoundCloud right now, and I guarantee you Vultures 2 is actually on there.
We all know.
What do we know?
There's bigger people behind the scenes.
I get all of that, bro, but dog, he can actually release it. They was mad at him for being number one. He's gonna stay number one as long as he's Kanye.
He's always number one in my heart.
Whenever he releases music, he's gonna be in that top 5 situation on Billboard or whatever it may be.
Kanye,
release the music, bro.
Call me.
I don't know about all this, but release the music, bro. She's tripping over here. She's straight geeking. But
you know what it is about Kanye? It's his fucking brain, dude. Like I already told you, like he could just talk to me, and that's like a fucking orgasm right there.
Another thing was
just
the comedian,
by his conversation.
The comedian Lil Rel or somebody said that they feel like Kanye's off and that he's like autistic.
Okay, let him be autistic. I'll take him.
So what? I don't understand why you would make that comment knowing that there's people who really have that actual situation going on in their life. Like, you just making some shit up now just to fucking make yourself sound relevant or whatever the case may be, like clout chasing. Like, you don't got to speak on this, man. No, you're not even on this man's lane. He's bigger than you.
Big time.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Next, let's talk about how TikTok, man. So I had aspirations of being like a super duper influencer on TikTok, and now the government's trying to take that shit from me, which I don't understand.
You don't understand? Want me to tell you why?
Jeez.
There's too much information getting out too fast, and they don't want people knowing, having the knowledge that they have. Like, obviously, we know that's owned in China.
Yeah, of course.
It's in China. So the rate that the news gets out so fast, we know our government doesn't want to tell us everything.
No.
Like, for instance, like if you go on there, you look up the ice walls, you can literally find out about the ice walls. If you want to learn about the Bible, if you want to learn about certain regions and certain things like that, what's going on in other countries, you'll find that fast. It's too fast. And so what's happening is our country, damn, we shouldn't even be talking about this.
Let me tell you.
Hold on. Well, let me finish this real quick. Our country don't want us to learn that fast.
No, of course not.
So that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but this is what it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a secret.
No.
So we can't talk about it.
Some people think it's a secret.
That's fine. Let them live in their little in their box. But once you wake up from that box, you realize that it's bigger than what it really is. But let me be great. Let me fucking be an influencer and get paid for nothing. Well, I mean, they I'm not taking away from their career paths or whatever, but let me fucking do nothing and get paid for it because I would love that shit. We talked about it the last episode, and I think a couple episodes back.
I think the bill passed too.
No, it passed, but if TikTok still has a chance to sell itself, and then
sell it, bro.
What you get, Kanye?
Really
where you at?
You really think China is gonna allow America to buy that?
Hey, it doesn't have to be America. It could be Kanye. Go buy TikTok for me.
My thing is, who would they want to actually buy this shit?
Yeah.
Who? And like, why are they forcing them to sell something that, you know what I'm saying?
It's a platform.
Our phones come from China.
So nobody's forcing Instagram to sell itself, right? Nobody's forcing Facebook to sell itself.
Twitter?
Yeah.
All American.
That's a bigger question you guys have to ask yourselves.
Why?
But yeah.
Why?
But start asking yourself that. Yeah.
Seriously.
But I want to talk about a real topic that we haven't really touched on too much, and it's been on something that I've been really wanting to, not to make things a little more serious or whatever, but mental health. That's big for me, right?
Definitely.
When we first started the podcast, that's something that I was like, hey, I really want to touch on this. Whether it be one episode, whether it be throughout the episodes or whatever. We touched on it here and there.
Yeah.
But I think I want to dive deeper into it, right?
Yeah.
So one of the main reasons why I work out so much is because it helps me with my mental stability. Not that I'm not stable. It's just, it helps me stay on a good, healthy, positive path, right?
Gotcha.
So how does working out help you stay on that? Or does it even help you with your mental?
Definitely helps me with my mental. I'll just start from just leaving the gym. I'm always going to feel great, accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm not accomplished in life, but there's things that go on in life, and it's just like, damn, like this is that one thing that one of the things that actually helped me get through my day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, I pray. And then I have my kids. These things are the things that keep me on a straight one. You know what I'm saying? But also just the gym will keep you accountable. It will also humble you. I tell people all the time. Weights have no emotions.
They really don't.
And they'll hurt you before you hurt them.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, it also makes you say, like, there's times where have you ever just left the gym and you're just like, bro, I don't have time to think about nothing else. Like, you felt like you're so depleted. You're just like, I literally died in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sometimes how I train to get that out. Like, I know I'm an aggressive person. It's in my nature. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. But it definitely keeps me grounded. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we were talking about this earlier about patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps me patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you can't just go in the gym. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, it will shut you down. So as far as like the mental health aspect of it is like, like, it's therapy, man.
Right.
To know that you have a place to go to get all these emotions out. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always, my brother used to ask me, like, why do you work out so damn hard? Like, but they'd be like, oh, he's angry. Like, bro, like, not so much angry, but, there's things there's endorphins.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, let's kick into that for a second. And when those things are up, they're up. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that are going to make you feel good.
So, yes, but I will say that when you're dealing with depression and anxiety, those endorphins aren't always even elevated, even when you are at the gym. And I will say that from experience.
Right, and I can dive deeper into that. So, me, I went through some stuff about about a year and a half ago. I mean, you knew what was going on. Where you know, I was having anxiety, horribly bad. Kind of come to find out, I don't think it was so much anxiety. I just found out I have sleep apnea.
Okay.
It was called obstructive mild sleep apnea. Okay. If people look this thing up, what happens is that can mess up a whole lot of things for an individual. So it was causing anxiety. And I didn't even know how long I was dealing with this. Who knows how long I've been dealing with this? You know what I'm saying? I think it just started really bothering me around the time that it was like really up. I was in and out of the hospital, dude. Like, that's discouraging, bro. I couldn't work out for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't train for 6 months. So people that know, like 2023, the beginning of it to the end of the back end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I didn't work out. I didn't start working back out until last April. Okay. So, you know, I had to find a different way to train.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's kind of weird for me because I'm a person who is really like this whole thing right here, Mega and how I came up with a mindset. Like, that's where I never lost that. You know what I mean? I'm a mental person.
Right.
And what I mean by that is that, like, so when I feel like something's trying to take over me and I'm competitive as hell, I try and fight back.
Right.
I'm a fighter, you know what I mean? And this one thing, it was just not going away. It wasn't going. And it was like, bro, like, you know, it was one of those things like, yo, get the fuck away from me.
So that's what it's like dealing with depression.
Right.
It never goes away.
Like, and this thing was like, yo, it was scary too.
Yeah.
You know, it was scary because like you're waking up in the middle of the night, your heart's racing. You know, and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I got freaking sleep apnea. But the thought process of me on my day to day is like, why is my body functioning like this? I've never been through something like this. You know,
I think that's where you did have a little anxiety because you didn't know what was wrong with you.
The knowing, right? The knowing, the unknown.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely, I definitely agree. And so I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It was kind of crazy. Like, I didn't have my energy towards my kids.
Yep.
You know, my energy towards like people. When I would train, that aggressive person that you see was talking shit, I wouldn't even do it.
Yeah.
I turned it off.
Because you were scared to turn it back on because of
I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, like, so I didn't know what was going on. Like, if I was overexerting myself throughout the day, like, I could not figure it out. And so, man, like, yeah, that's very discouraging because, again, like, you talking to a person who's, when I'm in the gym, it's like, it's go time. That's my second home. Like, literally, any gym is my second home.
Yeah.
You know, I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like me at home kicking my feet up on the couch watching the Sunday game football. So when that happened to me, man, like, I wasn't depressed because I've heard people say things about depression that are like, damn, like, I've never felt that before.
But I'm saying what you're explaining is what people with depression deal with on a day-to-day basis.
That constant feeling
of like
doubt.
I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? Just the unknowing, like, why is this not going away?
Yeah.
Like, I have everything right on paper. I shouldn't be sad about anything. I shouldn't be,
right.
You know, because I have my son's healthy, my mom is healthy for the most part. I have a home, I have a career, I take care of myself, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So when I explain things about my depression to people, they're like, I don't get it. I don't.
But they're not you, so they won't get it.
Exactly.
Even if you explain it to me fully, I still wouldn't get it. Like, there's a lot of things that you deal with, talk to me about, and I'm like, I don't understand, but I can level with you.
Right. But my thing is, like, when you're dealing with something like that, the endorphins of the gym, yes, do help to a certain extent. That's why I said when your brother was here that it helps it. It didn't cure it, because I don't believe
it's a mask.
One thing, I don't think it's a mask. It's just it's kind of like medication, right? Like you got medication and
that's a mask. That's what they call masking. When they give you medication for something and they're trying to stop something from being whatever it is it's called, it's not taking it away. It's just masking the situation.
Yeah, but see, words have a very strong...
Talk to the doctors. I'm just saying. Hey,
okay.
Look, listen.
That's not the word I would use for that, but I'll just leave it at that. Because words have...
different meanings in different situations.
Not only that, but words have power. And so there's certain things that I would just refuse to accept. So to me, I'm not going to use that for that word, for this situation. But I will say that when I'm at the gym... So I was sick for a month and a half, right? Month and a half, January, and I started working out mid-February. Man... Talking about depression, I mean, like I said, let me just backtrack. I feel like if you've had depression in your life, it never goes away. It's like you're learning to live with it, right? But it's kind of like like cancer, right? When you're in remission, okay, it's dormant. It's like it's sleeping.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that your body doesn't have cancer.
Yeah.
It's just not awake.
Not awake, yeah.
Right? So you're always living with that no matter what, right?
Right.
To me, that's what depression is, right? It goes to sleep sometimes and sometimes it wakes up. And it just and there's certain triggers that you don't know until you really, really fully know your mental and your own body as to why it wakes up and why it doesn't wake up. I didn't work out for a month and a half. My depression was at 110. I was still showing up here.
Yeah.
I was still talking to guests. I was still, doing what I had to do. But guess what? When I went home,
It was there.
it was there.
Them walls kicking
waiting
in.
for me.
Yeah. I
You know what I mean?
And I could see that when I was dealing with all that, there would be times where I was by myself and my anxiety was crazy. I'd be in the shower, my heart just start racing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gave me medicine, right?
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about, the masking.
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
And I'm like, this ain't taking it away.
No.
This ain't dealing with the situation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, you know me, going back to TikTok. Look, I start looking up shit I start Googling shit. I'm like, dog, there gotta be, I don't want to take this medicine no more.
Right.
The medicine was making me aggressive, hella aggressive.
Okay.
Irritable, and then, for me, I'm a high functioning person.
Yeah.
So me being at work, having them damn anxiety pills, bro, it was like, I can't do this. So
Yeah.
guess what I started doing? Magnesium.
Yeah.
Magnesium glycate. Okay? Take that shit.
Yeah.
Every human being in America is magnesium deficient. Every American. I don't care who you are. There's not enough foods that we have in our country. The foods that we're actually eating, it does not allow you to get that one nutrients that you need, that one mineral.
Right.
So definitely, and there's 7 different ones. There's a whole spectrum. Check them out. But I started taking magnesium. Guess what?
Better.
Way better.
Yeah, I take magnesium too.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
That shit helps with that anxiety shit.
That and sunlight. Sunlight's been helping me. But I don't take medicine for that. Well, I do holistic things.
You said sunlight?
Sunlight. Sunlight's big. Yeah.
You go outside?
Hell yeah.
Do you walk with your feet on the grass with no shoes on?
Yes, I get grounded.
Yeah. That's what they tell you to do.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm actually doing that in Costa Rica. I told you about that. I'm going on my little spiritual trip.
I swear if you come back with a bunch of mosquito bites, I'm going to be hot, bro.
Mosquitoes don't like my blood.
Okay.
They like sweet blood. I don't eat enough sugar for them to like my blood.
I don't either, but they be tearing my ass up. I eat fruit.
Martell.
What do I eat? Tell me.
Let's talk about your sweet tooth. Martell.
Which one? Tell me. I'm waiting.
You don't like cinnamon rolls?
That's like once in a blue moon.
Your ass don't like pancakes?
No, I don't like pancakes.
Okay. Your ass don't like syrup?
What? No, man. I mean, no. I don't care. I definitely don't really care for pancakes.
Okay.
If to be nice, if somebody made them for me, I would eat them. But that's definitely not the top of my list. Waffles are like, it has to be a certain type of waffle. But
I'm pretty sure you eat more sweets than I do. So that's
maybe, but not to the point where it's like, yo, I'm talking about mosquitoes since I was a child. Even now, they light my ass up, and I don't think it has anything to do.
Maybe it has to do because my son gets tore up too.
It's a blood type.
Maybe it's your African American blood. They like
blood suckers.
I was just saying,
Come on, dog.
My son's half black. And they love
that ain't
him.
got nothing to do with this shit. Somebody help this lady, please, bro.
Well, they're not serious.
That ain't got nothing to do with it, bro.
Because they don't like my Mexican ass. I'll tell you that right now.
Listen. There's certain different mosquitoes too, and I feel like these mosquitoes nowadays are like
vultures.
Yo,
go Kanye.
Yo, like them damn mosquitoes nowadays, and there's these little ones that they get inside your clothes.
Yes, they're called bed mosquitoes, some pillow mosquitoes, some shit like that. But they go in they attack your ankles and your fucking wrists and shit.
The government drops them out of a plane.
Do they now?
Yeah, they do actually. They have planes and they just drop a whole little heavy duty trash bag of
those chemtrails, dude. They be fucking people up, man. Bro. That's why I was sick for a month and a half.
Listen,
I looked up at the sky. I was trying to get my sunlight.
You remember my videos where I would posting in the morning when I'm like, yo, look, they're doing it again on my story? Man, if you ain't seen that, yo, listen.
Yeah.
They be dropping stuff in the air.
Shoot. Well, That's what I'm saying. I was outside getting my sunlight. I look up and I'm like, damn, they got me. And I was sick for a month and a half. And then,
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm back now, so it's all right. But yeah,
But
the gym does, like I said, help. Back to the original topic, does help with endorphins and all that good stuff. One thing I will say is that also helps with your people's mental is if they're looking for advice on this episode, is to go and do things for yourself. Like I'm pretty cool with being alone. Like I'm actually. I thrive off of that, like a little too much probably. Yeah. So doing things for myself, like going to the movies or like going to the beach and doing stuff like that helps me
just
out.
chilling, I can go and do that. Like I'll go eat by myself. I can go to the movies by myself.
Yeah.
I can go do a lot of things by myself. But I have kids. I have kids, plural. So and I have family. So
I got kids. Okay.
You know what I mean? But I still get to go and do things for myself, man. One of the things I got to stop doing is get off that Nike app, man, because that's horrible.
Man.
But, yes, you definitely, another thing is therapy. I didn't want to go to therapy because I was always like, nah, fuck therapy. I'm not doing that shit. Like, I talk to God. You feel me?
Why? What made you think that way, though? I'm always curious to know.
What made me think?
Yeah, when people say that, I want to know why.
Trust.
Was it pride?
No, you didn't hear what I just said?
I know you said trust, but is it a little bit of pride, maybe?
No, trust.
Just trust.
Like why am I spilling my gut? Why am I spilling my emotions or my thoughts to somebody that I don't know? Like I can't just growing up a certain type of way, you can't trust everybody with you. It goes back to trusting somebody with yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm paying this person or I'm seeing this person to hear my problems or have me express myself, and they're just gonna okay. So it was never pride. No,
I'm a big believer in therapy.
And then in my obviously in a lot of the African American community, it's just something that was low key frowned upon for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, like I don't need that shit.
I don't even remember like growing up if my family
weren't spoken to about this stuff.
Yeah, but I was very an intuitive child growing up. I always was about like my mental. I was always about like, how are you feeling? Like, why do you feel that way?
Your parents would talk to you like that?
No, no, hell no. Nah.
So right,
my mom was very much like, don't talk about it, suck it in. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see you cry.
Yeah, that's how I grew up.
Right. So, but me personally, like in high school and college, I was very much about like, oh, I want to be.
As a young
adult. I want to know me
as a young adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you
probably didn't have it.
Probably. And then, but once I got into my marriage and then I got out of my marriage, that's when I really dove deep into it. And I was like, no, I'm going to be in therapy. I'm going to fix myself, because I knew I would, once you're in a relationship, right, and you're out of the relationship and you're heartbroken, there's a tendency of you going back if you don't really fix what was broken.
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is, I'm leaving it and I'm not going back. And the only reason I'm not going to go back is if I fix myself. So then I went into therapy and I was like, why am I allowing myself to be why did I allow myself to be in this situation? I didn't blame the other person. I wasn't like, why is he like that? Why did he do this to me? No, fuck that. Why did I allow that shit to happen?
Yeah.
Right? And so yeah, therapy is big for me. I always promote that. And like, I think that if I were to ever date somebody or be in another marriage, that would be the forefront of my relationship.
You would talk to that person about having a therapist?
Yes.
For you guys?
For us individually, whatever, like that would be key for me. Like it would be very important.
Yeah. I do, since when I started, and I haven't been in a while, but when I did it, it was a new thing for me. Like it just got brought up to me and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try it and see what happens. I liked it. Yeah. The only thing for me is that I have a very strong personality. Mm-hmm. And I felt like the person was kind of afraid to like really dig. Yeah. And that was just like, it's not challenging.
Yeah. Yeah, you spoke on that a little bit.
And that was like, man, I was like, all right, you know what? And then so the reason why I haven't been is because they switched out certain doctors there at the place that I was going to. But definitely.
I always told you, if you're going to go to a therapist, you need a strong black man to be your therapist, because at the end of the day, let's say you have a strong black woman as your therapist, right? Mm-hmm. She does not know what it's like to be a man.
No, she don't.
So you would need that. Yeah,
but I also feel weird about like it's. I don't want to get into too much because we're gonna run over if I go into this, but I don't feel like that would be for me.
Okay.
Because I think when people understand you, it doesn't matter what color they are. I don't.
It doesn't.
Understanding is understanding. I feel like what we lack as human beings anyway, as is.
Take away the black side, a strong man, okay?
Definitely. I can agree with that. I think the biggest issue we have as human beings today is lack of understanding.
Yeah.
And so dealing with somebody who may not, understand you or just might be all of a sudden, like, oh, well, this guy is this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, what am I here for?
But going back on that, actually, I'll take that back. No, I still think you would be a strong black man because at the end of the day, that person won't know what it's like to be African American. Those struggles that you're talking about, they won't know where you're going through.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That's why I said this conversation. If we spoke on this, it would go very long.
Yeah.
No,
that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, and I understand it. I just I was raised like that. What you're saying right now.
By a strong black man.
So
but
me
was
having
a professional therapist.
No, but
exactly.
but at the end of the day,
that makes all the difference.
Nah. I mean, in a sense, because profession don't make you better than another individual. Because even a therapist needs a therapist.
Yeah, even a coach needs a coach.
And so, and that's in a sense because I mean, if you're doing it, you're doing it. It depends on what level you're at.
Okay, then you're okay.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I said this conversation can go. It can.
Yeah, because I was gonna go on and on and on with that one.
And I could too, but at the same time, it's like, bro, for me, I'm speaking for me. I can't speak for everybody. And I think and that's when we get confused. Like, as an individual, I should be able to state exactly what's for me.
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of things, somebody, not saying that you're pressing me about who I should deal with, but if I'm telling you, hey,
it's not for me.
It's not for that's not, and not saying that it can't be.
Yeah.
But if I don't see it, it ain't going, because I'll never ever stick to it.
Well, one thing that we talked about already is when you say no, it's no, and that's why I said I get it.
And I'm not saying no. What I want you to know, I'm not saying no, but what I'm saying about it is that I don't take that when people say that to me, and be like, okay.
No, I mean, but one thing there's a difference between being like a follower and actually humbling yourself and being like, oh, maybe it could be possible.
No,
there's a difference. I think that sometimes things get a little lost in translation when it comes to with people do. Not saying you're doing it. I'm just saying people take that and think that they're being a follower or they're doing something that is against their will. But in reality, it's if you. For me personally, when you suggest stuff to me, I'm like, oh, okay, I could see that. Not saying that I'm going to do it. Not saying that I'm taking that I'm going to actually listen. But it's like, oh, all right, thanks for your opinion.
Right. And I just don't go for, not saying that you're hyping that up for me personally. I'm just saying I don't go for that type of stuff because I'm outside the box. I'm going to go outside the box before I sit inside the box. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of things. That's why I probably got in trouble a lot as a kid. You know what I mean? I'm just not doing it that way.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm the person that has to bump his head 1,000 times in order to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's made me who I am today. If I don't, it's like this, bro. You can't hurt for me.
Right. No.
Anyway. You can't hurt for me. That's got to be mine. I got to feel that. That pain, that needs to be mine. Because guess what? Without that, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times when people are just trying to shoot advice and tell you certain things, it's you got to make sure that shoe fits for that person.
Right.
And a lot of times we're not sure. Now we're experimenting. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, if ever I did something, when we go into doctors and stuff like that, we are experimenting. We're trying to figure out who's the one. You know what I mean? We're taking a chance. And that's with meeting people. I talked about trusting people with yourself today to a couple of people. As a friend, you trust me with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put you in any situations. As a friend, you hear what I said? Don't try and play me right now. You trust me with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put you in any bad situations. I'm not going to do certain things. Because again, the type of individual that I am, the individual that you met, that you've hung around, that you've been outside of the gym. You know what I'm saying? Outside of work or outside of the podcast, the individual true in depth. You know what I'm saying?
I will. So trust goes both ways for me.
Yeah.
So I can't fully trust somebody unless I know they fully trust me.
Oh, okay, I get that.
So, can you answer that question and say, do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you. Why wouldn't I?
So
because now I'm gonna ask you the question. Why wouldn't I? Have you given me a reason to not to?
Well, hold on. Why are you being so defensive right now?
No, that's not defense.
It's a little bit.
I just got to shoot you faster.
I was actually gonna say something after that.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So the reason I said that is because it goes back to the suggestion part, right? If you trust me. then and I'm giving you advice on something, right? Sometimes people come into your life so that you don't have to go through those struggles. I feel like a lot of times when I was growing up, I was kind of, and I learned this in therapy. I was big on, these are lessons I need to learn on my own. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do me, right? I'm a think outside the box kind of person too. But a lot of times because we're stubborn people as well, when we're always focused on the outside of the box, we forget that people inside the box can have those things that'll keep us kind of from going through those lessons we don't really have to go through.
True. I can agree to a certain extent to that. But also like that would never be a reason that I couldn't trust a person. Right. For me personally. Okay. Never. I think suggestions and stuff like that, like we can all suggest anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't eliminate trust or it doesn't give trust. Like, it's just like, that's just the middle thing that just sits right there in the middle. Like, it's like, yo, like if I said, hey, go try this restaurant. Oh, you don't trust me? The food's good? You feel me? Like,
I don't trust your appetite. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I eat good, but no, and I definitely believe like, yeah, I trust you, but like for me, I know Martell. Right. That's where it comes from. It's like, yo, like I know Martell. Right. I know how I think, I know how I feel, and I know what kind of can turn me away from a situation. Like, sometimes looking across the table to another person that kind of looks like you sometimes, and I don't mean like literally looks like you, but just like to have that and this telling you something and like you've literally grew up in a certain place where it's like you've heard these things. Like, because I feel
that's kind of assuming that that's going to happen.
No. Hear me out. And you kind of heard these things and you're like, yo, like, what's going to make this any different? Because again, like I said, I can put 3 different people in here. And when it comes down to it, the person that understands me best, that's the one I'm going to go with. It doesn't matter what color they are. Doesn't. So, that's how I feel, because which one is going to understand me best? Which one's going to challenge me?
And you
best?
won't know until you try all of them.
But that's what, right. And so that's what I'm saying.
Point.
So, and I'm cool with that. But like I said, we could put 3 different people in here, but it's going to come down to which one.
As long as you're not closed off to trying all 3 is what I'm saying.
No, and no, not at all. But definitely, I think like for me as a person, because that would, me just going in that direction is like, yo, I've been in that direction. I need to go outside that first in order to go back to that.
So you've had therapy with a black man?
No. Okay. I said, well, I mean, damn near my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a professional, you know what I'm saying? But when you have a conversation with people, that's therapy. If you don't take a solid conversation with individuals, especially people who have wisdom in life.
Wisdom. Ooh, I like that word.
Wisdom in life. Then you don't take that as therapy when you have serious conversations and in-depth conversations. I mean, obviously we can't have that on here right now, but if we don't take that in consideration, like, yo, like, then we're missing something in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, we've had it this whole episode. We've been giving wisdom all episode, to be honest with you.
But I'm talking about elderly, like people who are really knowledgeable and who have been through some shit. Like I always tell people all the time, I really don't talk to people that are my age about shit really in life. Not the real shit. Yeah. Because what have you experienced more than me?
You'd be surprised. That there's people out there that have experience.
No. Yeah. But again, have I touched with those people? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if they haven't given me any advice, I can't say that I have.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, when I went to spoke to my homeboy Rich over there, OG Rich, and he's like, look, bro, yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, he just hit that on the head. And I'm like, I'm going to talk to this clown over here. You know what I'm saying? He's just telling me, and he's a professional. And I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like, all right, bro. Like, I got to go with what's going to fit me and where I'm understood.
Yes, I get it.
That's what I'm saying. So,
But let's wrap it up, man. This was fun. Wrap it up.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Only her, she was going to say that. So, but yeah. Hey, yo, let's make a time and we up out of here. Peace.
Peace.